Alright, this is Henry again, and this is not a 1 to 100 scale Virgo, as you can see. Basically, when you've got really long, drawn-out projects, it's really easy to get burnt out, and getting burnt out is absolutely not what I want to do. So I was getting close to that point, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break from the scratch building for a few days, and build and paint this brand new real grade Gundam Mark II. And this is the unboxing video. So don't worry, I'll be back to the Oz project as soon as I finish this guy. And he's just going to be an OOB paint job, so shouldn't take more than a few days. Anyway, this is the front of the box, as you can see, pretty much exactly the same as every other real grade box art. Big Gundam head on this side, full body shot of the Gundam on that side. This was released at the very end of April in 2012. Here on this side of the box, got the same Gundam Mark II head. A nice shot of the inner frame of the kit, looking very master grade like. And some of the various features like the pre-assembled parts for the advanced MS joint, they call it. I like the red cockpit for this kit, very, very reminiscent of the Master Grade version 2.0. Showing off the posability and the different little mechanisms, little hydraulics, decals and markings. And there's a picture of the kit unpainted, next to all its runners and decals. And we do get some extra parts for this kit. I'll explain that as we get into the unboxing some more. There's the side. Over here we've got some action poses, real grade on an Action Base 2, kneeling pose, got a front and back shot. Here's some of those changes. They give you alternate parts on this kit. You get two different versions of the chest vents, the vents on the shoulder armor, and the vents on the side of the leg, just to kind of change things up a little bit if you want to. Those are completely optional. You get both sets of parts for those. And showing some more features, shield, little bazooka ammo, beam rifle ammo, stuff like that. And of course, like all other real grades, this kit retails for 2,500 yen. So, enough of that, let's open it up. And like all the other real grades, we get the underside of the box is shiny and black, showing off the high grade Gundam Mark II, the SD, the Master Grade version 2.0, and of course the Perfect Grade. Anyway, as some of you may know, by the way, I think I ought to mention this, the AUG version, the white and black version of the Gundam Mark II Real Grade, has been delayed until next week, May 10th. So, the Titans version came out on its original release date at the end of April. Luckily, that's the one I wanted in the first place, so I got mine as soon as it came out. Anyway, this is the advanced MS joint runner, showing all the pre-assembled parts for the legs. Got the hands there. Honestly not sure what that is. I guess I'll find out when I get into the construction. There's the torso, waist section. That looks like the skirt armor. Got the arms here. Got some little hydraulics here for the legs. It looks much, much more substantial than the one that came with the RX-78-2 real grade. It looks like they've kind of beefed it up and made it just a bit substantial. That's the only word I can use. Just has a little bit more bulk to it. So anyway, behind that we've got a runner with red parts, black parts, and clear green parts. And I have to say, I really like this clear green, because Bandai's given us clear green before, but like some of the Gundam 00 kits, they'll have a clear green that's really, really dark that you can barely see through at all. They might as well have just made it solid green. And then you've got kits like, what's the one? Master Grade Sinanju, for example, has got a really, really pale clear green that's, you can barely even tell it's green at all. But this actually seems like a happy medium. I actually really like this clear green. Whenever I paint parts clear green, that's usually about the shade of green I go for, a nice medium yellow-green color. So I probably won't even be painting over that. I'll probably just leave it in the plastic colors. Anyway, black parts, you got parts for the shield, feet, skirt armor. Red parts, you got the little cockpit here. Parts for the face, shield, cockpit hatch. There we go. Moving on. Here we've got a runner of black and yellow parts. And here you can see some of those optional parts. Here's the original chest vents right here. And then over here are the optional chest vents. Just kind of a different design. And again, here's the optional vents for the legs. And here's the original vents for the legs. Not much difference there. I actually think I like the optional ones better. And then got the optional shoulder armor vents and the originals. V-fin, up here parts for the Hyper Bazooka and backpack. And here with the decals, very large sheet of decals, pretty much like all the other real grades. Very, very tiny, seeing as how this is in 1:144 scale. They give us a lot of these shiny metallic foily decals. Got 1, 2, and 3 number markings, so you can make either one you want. Nice metallic green and gold. Right off the bat, the only thing I'm really disappointed with this kit is that on the shield, the yellow parts aren't molded in yellow. They give you this gold sticker. I tell you right now, I ain't using that gold sticker. I will be painting it yellow. Because I don't know, having gold in the place of yellow just seems weird for me. Anyway, next up is the beam sabers, and I guess that'd be a second minor disappointment. They're still using these 1:100 scale beam sabers on a 1:144 scale kit, but whatever. Right here we get a nice looking mesh pipe, just like on the Master Grade Gundam Mark II. If my cameras will focus on that. There you go. Right beside that is a black wire. I'm guessing the wire will be running through the mesh pipe. And you've got some dark blue parts. Here's parts for the shield right here. Got some parts for the head. And zoom in on that, you can see the little vents on the side of the head are punched all the way through. And then just various parts for the arms and legs. Over here looks to be an almost duplicate runner. It's missing all the shield parts, obviously. But right here you can see the face plate with the face vents punched all the way through, so that looks really nice. And then parts for the arms and the hands. Flip it over. Big piece of paper says Gundam Masters. I don't know what that's all about. Behind that is a runner of gray parts. And while the Advanced MS joint runner does come with posable hands, we do get a couple of fixed pose hands. One of them right here, a very nicely detailed open palm you can see. And I swear there was, yeah, there it is. Behind this obnoxious piece of paper is a fixed pose trigger finger hand, much like a high grade. So it seems they've been including those more and more on the real grades. I noticed the real grade Freedom had quite a few fixed pose hands. Anyway, here's a runner of darker blue parts. Let me get that other runner back. Here's the runner we just looked at. And here's the other runners. You can see you got two different shades of dark blue there. Anyway, this looks like mainly parts for the legs, maybe a few parts for the torso. There's some ankle armor there. Flip it over, we got some gray parts, looks like inner frame stuff. Stuff for the Hyper Bazooka up here. And the last bag is going to contain another runner of dark blue parts. Parts for the Hyper Bazooka, more parts for the legs and ankles. Flip that over, and a very large runner of gray parts. Got parts for the beam rifle there. Parts for the undersides of the skirt armor. The Vulcan pods for the forehead. Got some inner frame parts for the legs, it seems. Inner frame for the torso. Overall, very, very nice looking kit. So that leaves us with the manual and some advertisements showing off the Zeta Gundam movie trilogy on Blu-ray. The Zeta Gundam Project, the Define manga, real grade plastic models, movie trilogy on Blu-ray, pretty much the same stuff on the inside. And this little piece of paper QR scan thing, don't need that. Anyway, let's take a look at this manual. Big Mark II face on the front. Open it up, and I'm assuming it's going to be pretty much exactly the same as all of the other real grade manuals. Mostly black and white with a little bit of red thrown in for good measure. Looks like they're having us build the entire inner frame first, and then assembling the outer armor on top of it. It's kind of unusual for Bandai. Usually you build like the whole leg at once, and then you build the whole torso, and then you build the arms, and go on like that. And here's some color images up here, pretty much the same stuff we saw on the side of the box. Continuing on with construction, more color images, showing off features, action base, cockpit hatch, blah blah blah. Looks like he's got a movable hip joint that you usually only see on master grades. Anyway, assembling the weapons, and on the back of the manual is the instructions for the enormous amount of decals. So, this is pretty much like a Kotoki master grade in terms of decals, even though I don't think Kotoki really had anything to do with these real grade kits. So, that about does it for the unboxing of the real grade Gundam Mark II Titans color version. And I will get to work assembling this guy and painting him and have the review up as soon as I can. So with that, I'll see you guys next time.